So you're going to tell him, I'm going to do a safe start. Check for neutral, make sure the brakes are set. And this is how you start the truck. Turn the key to the on position, let the gauges and the computer run through its bullshit. And now we can start the truck. Bring the clutch up easy like that, and you tell him, my ABS light came on and went off. My seat belt, it is secure, not cut, not free. It locks in and it unlocks. My mirrors, they're clean, not broken, and they are adjusted to me. Adjusted to me. My windshield is clean, not cracked or broken. Nothing obscuring my vision. All my gauges, my oil, my water, my volts, and my air gauges, they're all working and rising to the proper range. The proper range. The proper range. Don't say that L word. The proper range. My headlights, come on, they work high, and he wants to see the blue light, and they work low, like that. My left turn, my right turn, my four-way flashes, they're all working. My windshield wipers, they work high, they work low.
You guys want to practice? You want to stay in here and practice with Richie? It's up to you guys. Whatever you guys want to do.
He's almost done. Okay.
My windshield washers, they're working. Whether they work or not, you're going to push it just so he knows you know what you're doing. My wiper blades, they're clean, not broken, they're not cracked, not dry rotted, whatever you want to tell them. My horns, city horn, air horn. My heater works high, hand out, and it works low. That's my heat comes out. My defroster works high, and it works low. Like that. Now you're going to tell them we're going to do a tug test. Put it in low gear. I'm going to release my tractor brake, and I'm going to check my trailer brake. You just bring the clutch up. Just tug it, don't drive it. Set the tractor brake. I'm going to release my trailer brake to check my tractor brake. Now you're going to set that brake, put it back in neutral. The next step, you're only going to explain. You're not going to do it. You're only going to explain. You're going to tell him, I'm going to release my brakes. I'm going to drive 5 miles an hour. I'm going to step and check my service brake. And my steering wheel shouldn't go left or right. You're not going to do it. You're only going to explain. Alright? You're not going to do it. You're only going to explain. And that's the end cap. different in your car. Will result in automatic failure of the skills test. And then he says, do you have any questions? Well, that time I have no questions. Now, he is going to tell you to pump it down to 90 psi. You're going to pump it down 3, 4, 5 times. You're going to tell him, I'm going to build it back up to between 120 and 140 psi, and my governor, my air governor, should kick off. Oh, look at that gauge. Oh, look at that gauge.
That's when you stop. So don't look at those. Rich told us to not look at the gauges.
Did you just hear that?
Yeah, I heard it earlier.
Now, you're going to tell him, I turn my truck off. I turn my key to the on position so my gauges work. I'm going to release my brakes. I'm going to hold my brake pedal. I shouldn't lose any more than 4 psi in a combination vehicle in 1 minute. And then you sit there, you hold it there until he says, next step. Now you're going to tell him, I'm going to fan my brakes down to around, approximately 55 psi, and my low air warning buzzer should kick on. I'm not looking at that gauge, am I? It worked though, didn't it? I'm going to keep fanning my brakes down to between 20 and 45 psi, and my brake valves, my buttons, my brake buttons, knobs, brake knobs, whatever you call them, will pop. You sit there and you watch them. You watch them. They both pop, I'm done. If only one pops, you keep pumping until the other one pops. And that's the brake check.